Elijah's out here swimming. That's about the only chance I got to do today's video. And I thought I'd just share a story with you guys today. I want to talk about the worst day of tournament fishing that I ever had in my life, as far as the most frustrating, the biggest failure, that type of stuff. Because I think that there's something to be learned by this, because I learned something the very next day after this happened that's really stood with me to this day here. So anyway, real quick before we get started, guys, just want to remind everybody out there, anyone interested in booking an on the water lesson with me, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blockett, Professional Angler, give you all the info for that. So, okay guys, the worst day that I can ever remember having in a tournament was Lake Murray. And this was back in the, man, it's probably been the early 2000s, something like that. And this tournament, it was quite a tournament, because this was the tournament that in practice I caught the heaviest 5 fish limit of my entire life. I caught 5 fish the second day of that practice that weighed 37 pounds. It was the most incredible. I didn't get a lot of bites. I only got 7 bites all day long, but they were all toads. And so going into that tournament, I had high hopes for winning that tournament, as you may realize. So anyway, in this tournament, I was slow rolling a lipless crankbait, that Megabass Vibration X. This was a pre-spawn tournament. Water temperatures were in the low 50s, and those big females were starting to move up shallow. And I got on this pattern of slow rolling this lipless crankbait down in probably 5 to 10 foot of water, and I had to basically crawl it on the bottom, sort of a way you don't normally fish a lipless crankbait, but sort of got onto it by accident. So anyway, I knew the potential that this pattern had, because I'd caught that giant bag the day before on it, or second day of practice. So I was committed to it. I knew if I could catch the 37-pound bag, that even if I caught, half of that, I'd have a chance of winning the tournament every day. So the first day of the tournament, I started running some of the areas that I was fishing there, and the first fish that bit me was a 6-pound 11-ounce one. I caught a 6'11" right off the bat. So I said, man, here we are, right on track. This is the grade of fish, and kept fishing the thing, and it's like hooked another one about that size, another giant one. I fought it about halfway to the boat, came up to the surface and pulled off. Guys, to make a long story short, that day I had 8 other big fish on. All these fish were 4 to 8 pounds, every one of them. I lost every single one of them basically that way. I'd set the hook on them, I'd fight them halfway to the boat, they'd pull off, some of them would come up to the surface and waller, some of them would just barely jump off, and I could not keep them on. And I should have had another mid-30s pound bag that day of the tournament. So I was like, just beside myself, you can imagine. So I got thinking about it, and it's like, what was it why was I losing those fish? And at the time, I was fishing a 7-foot medium action rod on the thing, and it wasn't real stiff, but it was just like a medium action. So the only thing that I knew to change is I changed up hooks a little bit. I went to a little bit smaller hook, because I felt that maybe I wasn't getting the bite gap on those bigger hooks, may have been a little too big. And I also went with a fiberglass rod. I went with that Megabass Destroyer fiberglass rod that has a very soft tip on it. Very limber tip. And I went out the next day, guys, and I had 8 bites on the lipless crankbait. It weighed 25 pounds, 11 ounces for those 8 fish, and wound up finishing good in the tournament, even after catching one that first day. So, and that's happened to me twice. I had another tournament very similar to that at Lake Guntersville, where I was catching big ones in practice, and I lost a bunch of big ones the first day of the tournament and made an adjustment like that and wound up catching them the second day. But the thing about it is, the lesson that you can learn from this is, don't wait as long as I did to make an adjustment. If you lose a big fish or two, or a key fish or two, make some type of an adjustment. Make an adjustment on a hook set, on a hook, a rod action, line size. Something needs to change like that. Don't wait till the end of the day just thinking the fish are going to start eating it and you're not going to get them in. So that was very important lesson I've learned since then. So anyway, guys, just a quick video here. I'm just going to get back to watching Elijah here, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. Peace.